Want to welcome everyone to the NEA Sports Network presentation of the Valley View Blazers taking on the Brookland Bearcats here live from Tomlinson Field at the campus of Arkansas State University. We are half an inning running just a little bit late. Let me first say they started 4 minutes early, so there is that. No excuses for us, though. We had some technical difficulty, and it is fixed and repaired now. So we are here and live, and it was a 1-2-3 first inning for the Valley View Blazers and pitcher Parker King, who entered the game in limited innings, 7 1/3. He is 1-0 on the season, but numbers that he wants to improve and see improved in this game. Now, with that being said, the Brookland Bearcats send a different, or obviously a left-handed pitcher out on the mound today. That is Maddox Bradley. And Maddox enters this season, pitched in 4 games, 13 innings. He's 3-3. He has an 0.53 earned run average coming into this ball game through 13 innings, 22 strikeouts. He's allowed 6 hits. He's walked 3. And he's only allowed 1 earned run. So, I mean, 3 losses, and he's only allowed 1 earned run. So the defense has clearly failed him at least 3 times this season. So we'll see what that looks like today. This is a premier matchup between 2 schools that are traditionally known for being big-time baseball programs. Of course, Valley View has won 4 state titles here in the last few years. Unbelievable. And Brookland, coming off a runner-up from last year, they lost in 14 innings. Just a crazy, crazy game. Made history. I mean, it's for a state championship game, 14 innings. That's 2 baseball games, folks. Second pitch on the way, and that is a swing and a miss. Beautiful field here at Arkansas State University. Made much improvements since Mike Silva has taken over at the helm of things. And I'm Ryan Fletcher, and I'm being joined by Marcus Carlton here in this 4:56 start time, Marcus. It was not 5 o'clock. There's a shot into right field. That sends a right fielder back and deep, and that ball is foul. That would have been triple range right there. Of course, they're playing in a collegiate ballpark. It's deep down the lines. Big-time shot it would take to center field, so probably not that some of these kids can't hit a home run, but it's going to take a deep ball. Marcus, glad you could join us.
Had to take a minute to catch my breath after coming up those steps.
Well, yeah, that's they're steep. And it's warm outside today.
It is, and I'm out of shape.
Oh, 1 ball, 2 strikes, and that one's fouled down the left field line. Josh Allison, the head coach, he is the third base coach for this team. Dustin Jones, first base coach over down the right field line for the Blazers. And the pitch, and it's chopped to the shortstop. It is fielded, it's taken to first, and there's an out. Noah Ragsdale set down. And to the plate coming to the plate now is Owen Roach. I saw number 16 jaunting up there, but that was Keaton Mathis retrieving the bat. And so Owen Roach, who has been a stud for this Valley View Blazer baseball team over the last 4 years. He was the newcomer of the year for the Jonesboro Sun 4 years ago as a freshman. And entering his senior season.
Ron, this is my first chance to get out here since the upgrades were made to the stadium. Looks really nice.
Another chopper up the middle. Shortstop lost the handle on it, And we'll see how the official scorer marks it down. I probably go error on that play because I think it's a play you can make.
I think so. I think that's going to be an E6.
And it at least looks like on the scoreboard that it will go as an error. If I'm seeing that right, that's a long way from where we're at to out there on that scoreboard. But if it's traditionally runs, hits, and errors, it says 0-0-1. There's a play over to first and back in time. Marcus, this pitcher on the mound, Maddox Bradley, 3-3, 13 innings of 0.53 earned run average. He's allowed 1 earned run, but has 3 losses. So I said at least 3 times this season the defense has let him down.
Yeah. When your ERA starts with an O, but you've got losses on your record, and that's not necessarily on you.
Now I'm going to fathom to guess that Brookland has a pretty loaded schedule, just like Valley View
I would
has.
imagine so.
And why would they not? They've got both of these teams with, the idea of playing for a state championship.
Well, that's why you're having this game today. Mm-hmm. Iron sharpens iron.
Mm-hmm. There's a pitch. Runner goes, and he is going to steal the base without a throw.
Yeah, I think the catcher tried to pop up before he'd actually secured the ball, and by the time he had secured it, it was too late.
Owen Roach now. And now, according to the stats I got, that's his first stolen base of the season. I find that hard to believe. As a matter of fact, that's not right. That is his 12th stolen base of the season.
That sounds
he is 12 for 12.
That sounds a little more right.
I knew that could not be right. And you know what? That's not at fault of the person who gave me the stats. It's the way that I typed them up. So hopefully that'll be the only one I read wrong so far. Here's a pitch and a swing and a miss on a ball on the inside half of the plate. Mathis was looking to take it deep. And, Marcus, this is a kid right here that will play more than just this baseball game on this field.
Yeah. Yeah, it's getting a little preview, if you will.
Mm-hmm. There's a ground ball to the second base side. Fielded, fired to first, 2 away, but the runner will advance to third. So 90 feet away, and some contact could get Valley View their first run in here. Is now cleanup hitter, who is Barrett Mallett.
Yeah, a little old school baseball there. You get the stolen base, you move him over to third with the sacrifice.
Ideally, you want him over there at third with less than 2 outs,
right.
But anything can happen 90 feet away. It doesn't necessarily take a hit to score him now.
Well, and I'm looking at the defensive alignment. The shortstop's playing really, really deep right now. So, chance at a dribbler, he could make it to first, because when he goes back from covering behind the pitcher, watch how deep he lines up. I mean, he's short left field, right at the edge of I don't want to call it the dirt. I guess it'd be the change in the color.
There's a shot.
Oh, wow.
And fielded.
Nice catch.
And, yes, a nice line drive catch. That saves a hit and a run. We'll head to the top of the second. No score here on the NEA Sports Network.
Ask someone about their favorite show, there's a good chance it's on CBS or Fox, 2 of the most popular networks in the country. When you ask someone where they go for local news and information, they usually say Northeast Arkansas News. When you ask someone how they grew their business, they'll probably tell you they advertise with KJNB. When you add it all up, top-rated networks, local focus, and dynamic advertising, you get more than just a TV station. You'll get a hometown friend. KJNB. This is who we are. This is home.
Back here to Tomlinson Field, I'm Ryan Fletcher. Along next to me is Marcus Carlton. And Marcus, we did one game, NEA Sports Network, last season at Valley View. They hosted the Riverside Rebels. And Parker King was the guy that made the start. In that particular ball game, he came out, he really struggled with control more than anything. Now, the Riverside got some timely hits when they needed them. But a 1-2-3 first inning. He had a nice play made by the center fielder Scutero. And here's a pitch, and it's inside. He can hum it a little bit.
Yeah, he had good velocity there on that first pitch.
Has an interesting style of delivery. Almost to a degree. I don't know if you remember this pitcher or not for the Cubs. Carlos Zambrano.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just his whole demeanor. Now, let me say this. Carlos Zambrano could act crazy sometimes. Well, when I say his demeanor reminds me of that, not in that regard.
Right.
But just how he addresses home plate, kind of his delivery kind of reminds me of that a little bit.
I could see that. I could see the resemblance there.
He was a good pitcher for the Cubs for a while. Pitched for him for a long time.
Yeah, it seemed like he was in the league forever.
But he would have those days where control and command would be off. There's a foul ball. So 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Batter had the green light on the 3-1 there.
Yeah. Gotta like that.
Oh, I love it.
Here comes the 3-2 pitch to Foster, and that one is
beautiful.
a off-speed pitch. Backdoor, strike 3, got him looking.
Backdoor curveball just kind of froze him there. It started looking like it was going to be way outside, and I almost think he set that up with previous pitches because the 3 balls that he threw were all outside, and this last one comes in, looks like it's going outside again, and then just breaks right over the corner of the plate. Beautiful pitch.
Cooper Stallings steps up to the plate. Fly ball hit into straightaway center field. Catch is made, and that is 2 quick outs. Stallings didn't even give me time to throw out his stats there. I like the aggressiveness.
He saw what he liked and went after it.
He's the designated hitter. He's probably got the green light whenever he wants it.
Just got a little too much air underneath it. And easy play for the center fielder.
So we got 2 down, and it is Caden Rodriguez. And there's an off-speed pitch. Strike 1.
First pitch curveball.
I like it.
I like it. I wouldn't have been expecting that if I'm the batter, but.
And that's going to get him
Yep.
on the arm, and that will be the first base runner of the game for the Bearcats. I've always said I'd rather give one of those up as a pitcher than a walk.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just 1 pitch, not usually 4. So, runner at first, 2 gone. And it's Blake Lane. Blake Lane, second baseman on this team. He's already had some action out there on the field. That one is called a strike, and that was a off-speed pitch that looked to be quite a bit outside.
He's consistent because both the first 2 pitches have hit that same spot.
Well, I'd keep throwing it over there, and he tried it again. That one
forced him
away.
to swing on it.
Yeah.
Foul it away.
Lane comes in a .390 hitter with a .544 on base percentage. He's got 13 RBIs on the season. That one outside.
Usually the zone is a little tighter on days as beautiful as today. Usually that wide zone is for those days where it's kind of cloudy and about 41 degrees and 10-mile-an-hour winds.
Well, in a game with these 2 powerhouse teams, I'd expect it to be a little bit tighter. There's a slow dribbler to first. Picked up, and he'll step on the bag. Half inning over. Blazers coming to bat here on the NEA Sports Network.
Ready for flavor that flies above the rest? Wings to Go serves up fresh, hot wings in over 20 bold sauces, from sweet and tangy mild to melt-your-face homicide. We offer fish, chicken, or shrimp, along with many other menu items. So come on by for a meal you won't regret. Order online, call ahead, or swing by either one of our locations. Wings to go, hot, fresh, fast, and always ready to serve you.
Every year, billions of dollars in packages are stolen by porch pirates. Don't let it happen to you. Don't worry, PacMail's got your back. For as little as 33 cents a day, you can rent a secure private mailbox and have all your packages delivered safely to PacMail. They'll even text or email you once your packages arrive. Then drop by during business hours and pick them up. PacMail, your shipping headquarters, 361 Southwest Drive in Jonesboro. And don't forget, holiday shipping begins now at PacMail.
Back here on the NEA Sports Network, we've played an inning and a half of baseball, and where there's no score, Blazers coming to the plate. And, Marcus, we got off to a little bit of a late start, so I'll go down the lineup here. For Valley View, leading off was Noah Ragsdale. Second, Owen Roach. Hitting third, Keaton Mathis. Fourth, Barrett Mallett. Hitting fifth, the DH, Madden Tatum. Sixth will be left fielder Will Finley. First baseman, Levi Martin. Bat seventh. Parker King, the pitcher, will bat eighth, and it'll be Cannon Driscoll hitting ninth. Again, that's Ragsdale, Roach, Mathis, Mallett, Tatum, Finley, Martin, King, Driscoll, and again, your pitcher on the mound for the Bearcats is Maddox Bradley, and he's got to love this lefty-on-lefty matchup here to start things off, and a called strike one.
Well, it's just an absolutely gorgeous
It
day.
really is. It really is.
Perfect baseball weather.
And I really think tomorrow, when we're going to be at West Side covering Brookland West Side, there's a chance of rain, 40%. I think it's more like scattered thunderstorms. So you just hope that whenever that decides to move through, if it does, it's not during actual game time. Now, knowing everyone's luck, it will probably be right at game time. And there's a ground ball
That's
up the middle. That will be a hit. And Valley View has their leadoff man aboard.
good attempt there by the second baseman to get to that ball. But by the time he got there, I mean, he made the wise decision not trying to come up throwing because he wouldn't have had a chance at it.
No way. That was going to be a single infield hit all the way, and you got to like that if you're Valley View, the lefty on lefty scenario there, and
courtesy runner, I think.
It looks like it.
Yeah.
So
can't read that number.
20.
26, Briggs Rasmussen.
All right. So he will pinch run. I will say a guy that very much known to pinch run on this team is Brody Freeman. He only has 3 at-bats this year. He's perfect. He's batting 1,000, but he's 12 for 13 on the base path. So he will be a guy you'll see come in and run for the Blazers. But Rasmussen will take over right here. Pitch is outside for a ball.
They'll be watching him, I'm sure. Of course, with the lefty there, you know, he's really
right.
Rasmussen's really got to be on his stick here because lefties have that good pickoff move.
And Tatum's going to foul that one out of play.
Yeah, that looks like it might have bounced on the highway.
Valley View opted to wear their baby blue jerseys.
Yeah, I
today.
like those.
That is a baseball staple. Now, football, probably not basketball either. Better not dare wear those uniforms. It's been attempted before and was very much frowned upon by the some of the older generation.
Yeah.
I loved them. in when they brought them out in football. They wore a graphite color one year too.
I remember that. That
one didn't quite go over as poorly, but the baby blues were not a hit on the football field.
Kind of gives an old school Milwaukee Brewers look.
Absolutely.
You know?
Well, and Valley View even has that Brewer logo they use. So I think when you win 4 state titles in the number of years you do, they could go out in polka dot and pink if they wanted to, and I think they've earned it.
They could do horizontal stripes and nobody's going to say anything. So
1-1 pitch. And that one is chopped. It's fair down the third baseline. Throw over, and he's out. But the runner moves into scoring position with 1 gone. So now it will be Levi Martin. first baseman for this team. Martin, a .417 hitter.
And second inning in a row that Valley View's got a runner in scoring position.
Yeah. Infield hit to start this thing off and a ground out to third. Runner down at second, and that one is hit up the middle. The shortstop bobbles it, and he is going to have to eat that one. That is his second error of the baseball game for shortstop Ethan Bales, and that's going to put runners on the corners.
One out.
With one out, you're right. And Parker King has a chance to help himself out right here.
Yeah, big opportunity. You don't want to say the game-turning opportunity is going to come up in the bottom of the second, but this is a big opportunity right here for Valley View, and also equally big for Brookland to try to get something to get that second out and maybe not allow that run to score from third.
Infield moves in just a bit, playing about mid-range at second and short. He shows bunt. He puts it down, and that is going to be a fair ball.
What a beautiful bunt. That thing just died right on the chalk.
It sure did. It surely did.
That's absolutely gorgeous.
So that's going to score Valley View's first run of the game. Parker King will get a hit. And there's been 3 guys reach Marcus, and not a single ball has left the infield.
That's kind of the old Whitey Herzog ball.
Mm-hmm.
Your 8-man laying down that bunt.
I like it.
That was the bunt. I mean, you could not have placed that any better. You can't fault the third baseman there either for letting it go, because the spin on the ball looked like it was going to go foul, and it just died.
Well, and I can tell you this too. If the catcher or whoever made the play on that ball had opted, it was going to be bang, bang at first regardless, because King is one of the fastest players, if not the fastest, out here on the baseball field.
Yeah, I noticed he had some wheels getting down to first.
Absolutely. And there's a strike. He's one of those guys that in his earlier years pinch ran quite a bit for the team.
Brookland's sending a couple guys down to the bullpen. Somebody's getting warmed up. They got out of range of my eyesight before I could get their numbers.
Yeah,
I didn't think to grab binoculars.
Well, and that's the thing. When you typically go to a high school game, you don't have to have that sort of scenario. But playing here at a D1 school at Arkansas State is a little bit different.
A little further away from home plate in the dugouts than what we're used to. I could get used to this, though. This is
it's
cool.
It's very cool. Very cool. And
look at that.
Our director today, Jason Wagner,
the real MVP.
He actually brought some binoculars. So now I'm going to between innings, going to figure out how to adjust them to make them work.
We got a righty warming up in the bullpen.
Is that a righty?
Yes, it is.
Are you sure?
No, it's not.
It's a another lefty.
That is a lefty.
Did you look in those binoculars?
I did not.
Okay.
No.
All right. That makes me feel a little
I
bit
looked
better.
at the other side too, because nobody's got a catching gear on.
Yeah.
It was 2 pitchers down there until they could get a catcher in place.
First and second. And a 2-2 pitch on the way. And that is taken outside, ball 3, and the count's going to run full.
It'll be number 20.
Okay. That would be
for Brookland.
Elijah Snarley. That one looped into right field. It's going to be a base hit. That's going to score a run, and it's going to put runners at – no, they're sending the runner home, and he will score.
2-run double.
How about that? On a bloop base hit to right field that got over into the corner, and that scored a runner all the way from first base. Great base running by the Blazers, and they have jumped all over the Bearcats 3-zip. Wow.
And that one was very close to going foul as well.
It was right there on the line.
Right on the line.
Now, Elijah Snarley that's warming up, I could have swore at one point he was a Blazer. If I'm wrong on that, I apologize, but I really think he was. I recognize that name. I just saw your text message, Marcus, and I agree with you 100%.
Still just one out here for the Blazers.
There's a ground ball to the shortstop, and he lets it go through the wickets. That's going to score another run. Third error of the baseball game for the shortstop, and it's been a rough day for him. And it is going to be a 4-zip Valley View lead. And I have no doubt in my mind, Marcus, that's a play that he practices every day and he makes 9 times out of 10. I don't know if it could be in his head a little bit after the last 2.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that because you have a couple errors by the time that third one, and baseball's a funny game. The ball always seems to find you if you're having one of those days. But by that third one, you're like, okay, I can't mess it up, and then it goes, like you said, right through the wickets.
Now, say all that to say that the first one that he made, and they're going to make a change out there, but the first one that he made, I mean, that was a tough error.
That was a tough
It
play.
was an error, but it was tough. I mean,
Yeah.
it was going to be a good play had he made it. But they're going to move the second baseman over to play short, and a new player is going to come in for Brookland.
Ray Henderson.
Ray Henderson?
Ray, 33. I believe that's what I saw. Let me see if I can confirm this.
So Henderson will be at second, and Blake Lane moves to short.
That is correct, yeah.
And at the plate for Valley View, could have swore it said number 21, and it does say number 21, and that would be Owen Roach. We've rolled all the way back over to the top of the order, by the way. That was Ragsdale on the last one. Ragsdale 0 for 2 in this one, but he put the ball in play there, and it resulted in a run scored, not an RBI. And that one's outside for a ball.
4 spot here in the second for Valley View, and this has been the story with Valley View the last several years. The big inning has always been one of their mainstays, it seems like.
There's a strike on the outside corner, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes to Roach.
I'll say this: our home plate up is very consistent with that outside strike.
It's one piece of information I did not get on who was umpiring today's game. That one up and in, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now, the only thing I'm not crazy about, normally we're outside in the elements, typically right behind home plate. I can't hear anything down there.
We're also not dealing with the wind rolling through the mics either.
That's also true. That's nice. There is a ground ball.
Hit and run action.
And that's going to be a hit. And you're right, it was some hit and run action. Move the shortstop out of the way. It was going to be to the deep part of the shortstop position anyway. So now it is first and third. Only 1 out, and this has been a long inning.
Well, you almost kind of feel like that maybe it wasn't the player at shortstop. The shortstop position may just have one of those days.
Maybe one of those days, yeah. Mathis now to the plate. That one outside. He'll take off down to second and get the stolen base. I hate when there's not a throw and the fielder acts like there's balls coming, and that's dangerous for a runner. I hate that.
It's part of the mind games of baseball, though. See it at every level.
So second and third now, still only 1 away. And they are going to bring the infield in here. That one foul, and that about took the head of
It about got the runner at third and the third base
that's
coach
what
both.
I was going to say. Both of them had to move.
Yeah.
That was it was a weird moving baseball.
It was smoked, too, boy. He put it down that line hard.
I'm glad you said that, because I thought, did that almost hit both of those guys? Here's a pitch, and that one chopped. They're going to come home with it, and he's going to be out. Runner will go to third, and now there's nobody down at second, and the runner will take the bag. So Keaton Mathis with a heads-up play right there to get into scoring position. So it will be second and third, 2 away, and to the plate will be Barrett Mallett.
Just absolutely heads-up base running there. You see the opportunity. You got to. I'm sure his eyes got big when he saw no defenders down there at second defending the bag.
So Mathis is out, and as I mentioned, Brody Freeman's one of those guys that will come in and run, and he's got a chance to add to his run total. He's got 10 on the year. Brody is, I think, he might be a sophomore, but I really think he's a freshman. Brody Freeman is the cousin to one of the all-time greatest Bay Yellow Jackets, Gunnar Freeman.
Okay.
Who is responsible for a state championship and a runner-up down there.
Remember that name.
Gunnar is all basketball, and Brody is all baseball. That is looped, and that's going to be a base hit into right field. It's going to score 2 runs. And just like that, the Blazers add 2 more. It is 6-0.
And I think that one is going to bring about a pitching change for the Bearcats.
We'll chase him out, and we are going to go ahead and send it to a commercial break. We'll be back here in just a moment on the NEA Sports Network.
Here, life moves different. Not slower because we're behind. Slower because we choose to soak it in. From post to posting, from stream to streaming. With Empower Broadband, we can FaceTime family across the country and get our work done so we can give back to what matters most. From game to gaming, from boots to booting up, faster internet doesn't mean a faster life. It means more time to enjoy the slow one. Connect faster, live slower with Empower Broadband.
Dealerships is not one to brag, but actually we are. Central was awarded, yet again, General Motors Mark of Excellence. We have the perfect ride waiting for you and exceptional service. So find your next vehicle at a Central dealership today.
Located in Lake City, Arkansas, Dixon Insurance Services is owned and operated by Northeast Arkansas locals Angie and Perry Dixon. They're an independent insurance agency which allows them to truly work for their clients to provide multiple competitive insurance solutions from many of the top insurance companies in the industry. From individual to commercial insurance, the ultimate goal for Dixon Insurance is to provide clients with the best service and the best coverage possible.
We have returned here on the NEA Sports Network. A pitching change being made. Marcus, did you see who was that? Snarely that rolled on in here. So another left-handed pitcher for the Bearcats, Elijah Snarely, number 20. 9 2/3 innings. He is 0-1. He has a save on the season, but a 0.72 earned run average. He struck out 11 in those 9 2/3, has walked 5, and given up 8 hits.
He comes into a situation where you do what you got to do to get the out and get out of the inning.
Yeah, for sure.
2 outs on the board, runner at, I believe, at first for Valley View. So, a pop fly is your friend. Ground ball to the infield is probably your friend as well. So, one of those two, and you just get out of this and regroup and start trying to battle your way back in it offensively.
A lot of baseball left to be played in this one.
No doubt.
Keep your team in the game and see what can happen.
Baseball's a funny game. You see this 6 spot put up, and you think Valley View's in control, and we talked about it during the break. All it takes is one error to kind of set things in motion and start those dominoes falling.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you saw any of this last night, but the game last night, the Missouri State-Arkansas game, was a wild one. It was like a 15-14 game.
Yeah, no, I knew the final. I knew the final.
And it was one of those.
I thought that might have got him, but it did not. So, wild pitch, and the runner was already going. So, I believe he would be credited for the stolen base anyway.
I think so. Since he had already taken off, I believe he gets credit for it.
Well, he had such a good jump.
He
wasn't
had
going to be thrown out.
jump.
I can tell you that right now. That is Mallett. Mallett had that nice hit to right field. You can't ask for a better looking hit. Something you don't see in the major leagues much anymore.
Very true. I could get on a soapbox real quick
I
about
know.
my feelings on MLB,
I know.
but I won't.
It's as a guy who loves it, I have hated to see some of the different things that have went down with that, the whole launch angle mess.
Well, and I used to love MLB.
I know. I remember that.
Yeah.
There's a wow, that's a great
That's a
play.
great
They're going to
play.
go. No, that's the out
start
that'll
out.
end the inning. So 6 runs though for the Blazers. They lead at 6-0 here on the NEA Sports Network.
Whether it's your home or your business, Delta Glass is Northeast Arkansas's clear choice for superior glass products and services. Delta Glass is known for their internally produced insulated glass units, providing quick and precise replacements for most all windows. If you've just completed your dream home or a recent remodel, Delta Glass provides the most sought-after custom shower enclosures and mirrors in the industry. Storefront glazing can create an inviting professional atmosphere for any business facility. Delta Glass specializes in custom design and fabricated storefront systems for all sizes and styles. If you're in need of superior glass products and services that are second to none in the region, call Delta Glass today at 870-520-6290 or visit them on Dan Avenue in Jonesboro.
Back here live at Arkansas State University, and the Blazers put a 6 spot on the board in the bottom of the second, and Marcus, they lead this one 6-zip.
Yeah, a lot of rest there for the pitcher in that last half inning. He comes back out now. You know, the best thing that could happen for Valley View is a quick 3 up, 3 down, and if you're Brookland, you want to try to extend this inning out as much as you can and try to scratch through on the scoreboard.
Well, and you're not likely going to get it all back in one inning, but if you can produce a run here or there and make it a baseball game, put some pressure on this starting pitcher, Parker King. But if you're King, you got to go out there and feel pretty confident right now.
Absolutely. It allows you to be a little more aggressive maybe with what pitches you may throw. And
that hit him. It was off speed, and
it did not break.
Nope. So,
in Brookland, leadoff man on. That's the best start you can hope for, is get the leadoff man on and see where it takes you.
Hayden Rutherford will take the off-speed pitch off the back, and that will send in a courtesy runner as he is the catcher.
Yeah, that's number 6.
Who is that?
Beck. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm on the wrong roster.
Reed Murray?
Yep, Reed Murray.
Left-handed batter now to the plate. And that one, no, they call it a ball.
It's been a little low. I thought it looked good, but.
Now, initially that was Ethan Bales, but there's a ground ball short. He's going to tag the bag, throw down to first, double play. That was tailor-made all the way for the shortstop, unassisted. And 2 quick ones.
Pitcher's best friend. Double play, 6-3, unassisted.
It's a crazy, crazy sport. Like I said, the lone game we did last year, King pitched, struggled with control. He was very much in control today. And, a team that he faced last year won a state championship, but at the 2A level. In Riverside, I mean, talent-wise, as good as they were, you still got to think from a talent standpoint, Brookland has an edge, but just never know. No balls, 2 strikes, and this could be we've seen some quick innings so far. This may be the quickest. That one fouled off the batter. I mean, that top half inning was about as quick of a 1-2-3 as you're going to see, but this one's flying by.
Always a big help when you can get a ground ball with a runner at first and that tailor-made double play ball.
That one outside for a ball.
I like that pitch right there because he'd been setting him up to the inside with the previous few pitches, and then goes outside to see if he can get him to chase.
Mathis did a pretty good job of framing that.
Yeah, he did too.
That's inside. That's something at the major league level that's changed as well that you don't have to see as much of is the art of framing the ball because of the new
the ABS
system. Yeah. Swing, and that one gets away from the catcher. It was a wild pitch, and he will get down to first.
Yeah, catcher was a little lost on where that ball went.
Yeah. Well, it took a big hop down the third base side, and wild pitch. And for the second time this inning, the Bearcats have a base runner.
And by this time, you're looking at any means necessary, however you can get them on.
Well, it's Gabe Carter, multi-sport athlete. They called him Big Play Gabe as a football player, and he's batting second in this order. He's probably a playmaker as well. They had a pretty solid time with you at Media Day, didn't they, Marcus?
Yeah, they had a lot of fun.
They're stealing down 6, and thankfully for the Bearcats, that gets away, but that hit the runner.
Yeah.
And he is down, and I have no doubt that didn't feel very good. It pops up, though.
I saw that it caught him, but I didn't see exactly where. But it doesn't matter where you get hit. It doesn't feel good when you get hit with a baseball.
No. Very surprised that they were running there down 6 runs.
Just trying to find a spark any way you can, just trying to make something happen. I mean, you're down 6-0. I mean, what do you have to lose is kind of the way I would approach it. Maybe the reason I'm not a coach.
0-2 on the way. And that just misses.
A little high.
Yeah. I think that was the difference there in some of the other outside calls that have been made.
Kind of, you'd call that about letter high on the jersey.
That's inside. Count evens, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Good patience here by the batter to kind of make him work for it a little bit.
Big hole to the left side of the infield for Carter. Swing and a miss, and that one got away, but Mathis will recover, and that will end the inning. The Bearcats strand a runner, and they still trail at 6-0 Valley View on the NEA Sports Network.
Supercenter is your Yes We Do That store. Pack mail tip, what's that all about?
That's right, Trey. Pack mail can scan that, copy that, shred that, return that, design that, cut that, print that, pack that, ship that, crate that, freight that, notarize that. Trey, at Pack Mail, we can do all that and more.
Pack Mail Supercenter, the Yes We Do That store. 361 Southwest Drive at Jonesboro. Don't trust just anybody to do all that. Trust Pack Mail.
1945, we've been more than just a bank. We've been deeply rooted in communities across Arkansas, growing alongside the families and businesses we serve. We started the Farmers and Merchants Bank in Stuttgart, Arkansas 80 years ago to ensure working folks could borrow money to run their farms, fund their businesses, and build their families' futures. Today, Farmers and Merchants Bank is proud to continue supporting our communities, including our students and athletes. Farmers and Merchants Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Back here live at Arkansas State University. And, boy, I tell you what, Caden Hartley, he's working one of our cameras for us. I don't know if he fell for an April Fool's joke or not. That's a cruel one, though, if you believe it.
Yeah.
Darius Acup announcing he'll return for another season.
Yeah.
I've been seeing them. It always, especially in the world of social media, Lots and lots of posts like that in the sports world.
There's enough fake stuff that goes to social media. You don't need April Fool's Day anymore.
we don't. We don't.
I mean,
with AI and all those things.
It's funny.
I've fallen for some before.
Well,
I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, I got earlier today because there was one that came from it appeared to be a reputable Twitter account talking about the starting point guard for Vanderbilt was leaving, and you look closer at the account.
Ground ball, third base, fielded and fired over to first. Nice stretch by the first baseman.
How about that stretch there?
Really good. There's an out.
That's Rodriguez, I believe, at first.
Very nice. Eli Martin steps in.
I like Brookland. You know, we talked about the baby blue, powder blue, whatever you want to call it from Valley View, but the Boston Red Sox logo on the Brookland, those are sharp as well.
Yeah, they are for sure. I'm a fan.
One thing about there's a little dribbler to third.
Ooh, it's a gun.
Yeah, had a little smoke behind that one, getting across to first. But, you know, one thing about most of the teams here in NEA, they've got the swag. Because you look at pretty much all the teams that we normally cover, and they subscribe to the Deion Sanders, you know, if you look good, you play good theory. 'Cause they've all got good swag.
I'm a big fan of the solid color with the white pants. I've always been a fan of that. Now, a full-blown color like Valley View's rocking out, I like that as well.
Yeah.
The only thing I've never been a fan of, and almost every major league team has some like a lighter gray jersey, and I like gray, but I don't really like that on most teams that I've seen.
Yeah, it just seems kind of blah.
It does.
You know?
That's kind of how I feel about it. I'm a huge Reds fan. That's what they wear on the road, and they're hideous looking.
Yeah. I'm a long-time Cardinal.
They have them too.
They have them too.
Yeah.
You know.
That one is going up the middle, and that is a base hit.
That's a good decision by the center fielder there to play that off the bounce rather than try to be overly aggressive there.
Well,
he made a good decision.
That gets by him. I mean,
you may have a Little League home run off that.
You might. This is a big baseball park.
It is.
So now, big lead already by Martin over there at first base.
.325 down the lines and .385 to dead center. I think about the only one that can compete with that is Riverside's dead center, because I would say it's
ridiculously deep for high school.
For a high school.
That one is going to be a stolen base for the Blazers. I can tell you this, Marcus. A lot of times we can use a center field cam. We cannot use a center field cam at Lake City.
Not happening.
It is. There's only so much of a signal we can get with our equipment, and that ain't happening. That pitch misses, and it is 3-0.
I asked Coach Hoggard one time. I was like, "How deep is that?"
Yeah.
And he told me he doesn't have the exact measurement on it, but he said it was close to 4.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, it would take a moonshot to hit one out dead center.
So I was in high school. Would have been my sophomore year when they started the construction on that. They started it in the fall, and I can remember during school, a lot of us were down there helping work on it and that sort of thing, and it was ready, I believe, by that spring to be used. Now, very basic. Everything. I mean, nothing what you see down there now. It's a beautiful facility.
Yeah.
But Coach Hall, Kevin Hall, who played baseball here out at ASU, along with one of his best friends, who was a pitcher out here at ASU, played with him, was Blake Barber. And Blake and Ashley Lighting, a company down in Truman, helped fund and put together. And a lot of the trees, of course, a lot of them got devoured by the tornado, but were all planted by Blake and Kevin. And so the foundation of what you see there at the park is by those guys. I remember Buster was out there working on it. And a lot of people,
Yeah.
But I hated how deep that it was.
Coach Hoggard loves it.
I'm sure.
I talked to him about it. He's like, he said, that's our best friend. That's our pitcher's best friend every game.
It is. I mean, it's like the MLB version of pitching maybe at like San Francisco or San Diego. But as a guy, I like offense in baseball. And so you take like a Bay, for example, that's like 270 down the line, which is probably way, way too short. That I'm a big fan of that. So there's a happy medium there, though. Valley View's deep, though. That's not an easy park to hit.
Theirs is pretty deep as well. Another nice facility. I mean, I talked about the swag. I mean, if you look at some of the facilities around these
Brookland
areas,
too.
Brookland's
they've done a great job.
Truman's got a nice one. Just several schools around the area have excellent facilities.
That one is going to be out of play. Yeah, you got to credit Truman. I mean, every single facility they've got going on down there is phenomenal.
Yeah.
That indoor football facility is.
I've not been in there.
It's sweet.
Usually when I'm down there for football, we're in such a hurry to get set up that I don't have time to go over there. But
runners going and no throw, and I think everybody just kind of fell asleep. And it's still early and still, relatively close, so still wouldn't be frowned upon to steal at this point.
Well, Brookland's got 2 outs here, and you've got runners at second and third. You really need to get out of this inning without any more damage
for sure
coming across, because if these 2 guys get in, you start looking at that 10-run rule.
That one fouled off. Yeah, that is certainly a factor as well.
You still got to go to 5, though, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That one popped up on. That's going to end up being out of play. And there's a lot of room back there.
There sure is.
But it is out of play.
Yeah, both sides, the third base side and the first base side, there's a lot of foul territory till you get down where that brick wall kind of comes in. There's not much for the outfielders, but for the infield, there's a lot of territory to cover.
Now, I know for sure at Valley View there's not a ton of distance between home plate and the backstop. I can't quite remember at Brookland. So
it's been too long since I've been over there. There's not much at West Side either.
No. That one up and away. And the count's run full. There is a base open.
What are you throwing here if you're the pitcher?
Oh, you just got to get out of this inning, force them to put the ball in play. You throw a fastball, and I mean, you're not just going to try to stick it right down the middle, but it's got to be a strike. Here it comes. It is a fastball.
There you go.
And that is going to end the inning. So, let's strand 2. It's 6-zip. Valley View here on the NEA Sports Network.
From the first seed to a full harvest. From their first steps to their final day of school. From the everyday to the big adventure. From a great job to a greater calling. A true community bank is there through it all because every journey matters.
Arkansas, Central Dealerships is not one to brag, but actually we are. We're at the top of our game, bringing NEA incredible selection and exceptional service. To back that, Central was awarded yet again General Motors Mark of Excellence. From Chevy to Toyota, Nissan to Ford, we have the perfect ride waiting for you and the best service to get it to you. So find your next vehicle at a Central dealership today or shop us online.
Whether you're looking to own the home of your dreams or wanting to maximize your home value when selling, Colby Brooks is committed, consistent, and honest with his work. Don't let your buying or selling experience become another stress in your life. Leave it to Colby. And remember, buy from Brooks.
From Georgia. Think so? Yeah. Is he already committed? No. Back here for the top half of the inning. Brookland coming up to bat here. Still 6-0 Valley View in firm control here so far. Brookland still trying to scratch through to see if they can put something on the board to get off this goose egg. We'll see who's leading off for Brookland this half inning. Griff Silverthorne, so it'll be Silverthorne, Foster, and Stallings. And then if anyone gets on, Rodriguez will be up. First pitch. An appeal down to first, no swing. 1-0. Ducks out of the way for ball 2. 2-0 count here for Silverthorne. First two have kind of been all over the place. Taken all the way. 2-0, now 3-0. Nothing has come close so far. So I think if I'm Silverthorne here, I'm taking all the way on 3-0 because nothing's been close to a strike at this point.
Well, you got to have base runners, and there it is.
And he's consistent, man. He's called that outside strike all day long. It's now 3-1 count.
Well, the last thing you do in a situation like this, if you're king, is walk a batter. There it is.
Yep. And he's battled his way back to a full count now. The last two have been on that outside corner.
And fouled away. Good job to hang in there.
You come back inside here and try to, because you've got him looking outside now. The last 2 or 3 pitches have been out.
It's not a bad idea. Silverthorne, the number 3 hitter, third baseman on this team. Here's the 3-2, and a swing and a miss, and a good-looking pitch.
Yep. Back to the outside corner.
Probably was ball 4, but it was a really, really good pitch. Started out over the plate, and
and the way he's calling the outside strike on the right-handed batters, it's too close to take. So you had to offer it that if you're the batter.
So good job by King to recover after going 3-0. He threw 4 consecutive strikes, and there is a off-speed pitch for called strike 1. Eli Foster. And, it looked like the same pitch.
Yeah.
Foster, a 270 hitter. He's got 13 runs driven in. 17 runs scored. That one is grounded to second base. Ragsdale fields it, takes it to first, and an out is made. Lots and lots of players. Oh, that's trying to go around the horn. And you don't usually see that.
It went around.
Went sailing into the Brookland dugout, or nearly into the Brookland dugout.
Head on a swivel over there in the dugout.
Parker King probably says, just give me that ball. Just give me the baseball. 2 outs.
Stallings.
And it is Cooper Stallings. Stallings swung on the first pitch in his last at bat, and he will do the exact same thing and hit it to nearly the exact same spot. He will fly out. 1, 2, 3 go the Bearcats. We head to the bottom of the 4th. It is 6-0 Valley View.
We got this. Almost there.
Got it. Oh.
Let's DIY the right way with Barton's.
We're the home renovation experts, from recommending the perfect fixtures to designing your dream kitchen. And with local delivery and installation services, there's never been a more perfect time to refresh your home. Now that's what I call leveling up. Don't just build it better with Barton's.
Milligan Heating and AC works to serve the Northeast Arkansas community in meeting all of your HVAC needs. Give Justin Milligan a call at 870-243-2820.
Central Dealerships is not one to brag, but actually we are. Central was awarded, yet again, General Motors Mark of Excellence. We have the perfect ride waiting for you and exceptional service. So find your next vehicle at a Central dealership today.
Here live on the NEA Sports Network. We are about halfway home, Marcus. Valley View leading this one 6-0. Brookland has yet to get a hit. Parker King has been dominant on the mound. The Bearcats have committed 3 errors and just not been a great day thus far for them. And Elijah Snarley back out for his second inning of work.
Well, and I'm glad you brought that up about the hits, because I noticed it on the scoreboard, and I'm like, oh, do I bring that up? Do I not? If we hadn't had such a quick half inning, that last inning, I was going to ask you how superstitious you were about that, because some guys, you don't talk about it, and then, other guys, I know Phil Elson is one of the guys that he openly talks about it.
Yeah,
as it's happening.
Yeah, I've personally never bought into that one. I don't think you start now in this situation. There's a ground ball, second base, hit hard, but it's going to be an out. But when only a 7-inning game and you're four of the 7 innings of the way there,
right?
It's time to start.
It's time to start bringing it up. Yeah.
Now,
see, I'm the guy that I dance around it.
Okay.
I don't come right out and say it, because I am extremely superstitious on baseball. I'm not as much on other sports, but I don't know, man. There's something on baseball that it just makes me.
Now, I never believed in, you don't step on the chalk. You don't do that.
Yeah, you don't step on the chalk. You don't cross the pitcher's mound.
There's certain things, but that one I've never really bought into. There's a hard hit ball into left field, and that is a base hit. And that's a big turn at first, but
he thought about it.
He surely did. But a single for the Blazers. And that was Keaton Mathis. And Barrett Mallett's going to step to the plate. Barrett Mallett has had a pretty good day at the plate. He had that 2-run single earlier in the ball game.
Yeah, I think part of the reason my superstition's so big is I had a couple of instances in high school hit that, it's kind of like, okay, you don't tempt the baseball gods.
Well, I mean, I respect it. I do. I'm not going to say that.
We had a guy, runner takes off.
And it's a stolen base. Valley View probably does that better than anybody in the state of Arkansas.
Yeah, great jump.
Josh Allison is aggressive. Certainly something that they teach and work on, and they steal a ton of bases. Now, when you had a Slade Caldwell back in the day, that obviously added to the numbers. He was just ridiculous on the base pass.
He's kind of a cheat code anyway.
He is, no doubt. Mallett 1 for 2 in this one, 2 RBIs. And he is looking for number 3 here on a 1-2 pitch from Snarley. And that one looks like a pass ball, man.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how I would score that one.
I don't know if there was a mix-up there or if it just went off the top of the catcher's glove. That did not look like it was all that wild.
I almost wonder if a catcher had maybe one eye watching the runner.
Now, that's a good point.
And didn't quite, it's one of those deals like you think you've got it, and it just skips off the top of your glove. And that would kind of fit with how things have gone for Brookland today, too.
Bearcats are going to bring the infield in, and that one gets away. That one probably would be considered a wild pitch, and that is going to score another run. Valley View makes it 7-zip. So,
yeah, catcher had to kind of reach for that one. So,
and Mathis is the one that had the hit, but I assume that they courtesy ran for him again, maybe. I didn't know. I wasn't paying good enough attention there.
Yeah, if they did, I missed it. I'm not sure if they did that time.
Here's a
foul. That one off. That's
and another guy that has played on this field. First base coach down there making the play and getting it right back to him. Dustin Jones, I believe. Shortstop. Was a shortstop here at Arkansas State. Great baseball player. There is a line drive base hit into left field.
Good hit.
And he's going to second. And it was bobbled by the left fielder, so probably a single and an error getting him to second.
Yeah, great heads-up running there to not let up when he saw that it was bobbled by the outfielder and gained a base out of it. I had a high school coach that played not on this field, but he played over when it was across the street over here before they moved to here. One of my high school coaches, Roger Rich, played, I believe he said he played second base for Coach Bethea. Now, I'm going way back.
You are.
It's been a while.
There's a blooper, and it's going to fall in, and that's going to get past the right fielder, and that will get him on into second. That will score the run. I think you give them the RBI there, as he can argue it would have scored anyway, as softly as it was hit, but the error is going to get the runner to second base.
Yeah, we may be a little more generous with our scoring than some would be, but we're applying our logic to it anyway.
Yeah, you know, I'm usually a little bit high. There's some stats that I have sent in by folks, and I'm not going to say who or where, but it's just mind-boggling. I'm like, I broadcasted that game. No, that's not what happened.
Yeah.
And typically when you've got game changer now, it's typically a parent that's running it.
Right.
And sometimes I think maybe they just might not know what they're doing. And then other times they do, and they rule it certain ways anyway.
It's easy to tell if the person running Game Changer is someone that is familiar with the game or someone that's new to the game.
Yeah.
Because I've seen both.
And I'll just tell you that I have flat out seen parents just cheat. I mean, that's just the best way of wording it. I've seen it happen.
They get creative with their scoring.
Yeah. But only for certain kids. That was frustrating and disappointing, I'll say that.
Our coach, of course, again, going back to the Stone Age when I played, we didn't have Game Changer. You just had to you watch somebody keeping the book, you learn how to keep it, and if you were injured or you were, maybe you were DHing, you helped keep the book. And I'm glad I learned how to do it back in the day because it's, with the way things are now, it's kind of I wouldn't say it's a dead skill, but it's a dying skill.
It is. Well, hey, back I still occasionally when I'll go to because I'll go to 4 to 7 Major League Baseball games a season. Occasionally, I'll buy the scorecard and keep up with it and do all that. Especially if you've ever played quarters.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I love playing quarters. So you even though in today's age you just can look at your phone, I still wanted to keep up with it. But I enjoy doing that.
Last time I kept score on a game that I didn't have a kid involved with. Oh gosh, that's been about 3 years ago. I had a conference 2-3 years ago. I had a conference down in San Antonio.
Okay.
And I went and watched the San Antonio Missions play. It was one of the few times I was able to go without a kid.
Yeah.
Because I was down there by myself, and so actually my brother-in-law was with me. We went and watched the Missions play. Didn't know anybody on the team. I was kind of hoping Kevin Copps would be, on the roster, but he got elevated to AAA about a week before we got there. so just missed
that
him.
was a bad break for you.
But it was neat, man. I mean, minor league baseball is different. It's it's fun. The park wasn't much bigger than where we are today, but it was fun and enjoyed it, and it was just nice to sit there and not have to worry about who needs to go to the bathroom or who needs popcorn or something, and just sit there. And I just sit there and kept score. And fun day.
There's a shot into center field. And a diving play by the center fielder.
He got it.
And what a catch.
Heck of a catch
right there. That was a phenomenal catch.
Double him off second.
And it certainly will. You're not going to see a better play than that. That one by center fielder Cooper Bodie. And that is going to end this inning. We head to the top of the fifth. It's Valley View 8, Brookland nothing.
It's hard to get to the top. But how do you stay at the top? Hard work every day. Central Dealership has the same philosophy. I'm Austin Reeves, and I'm proud to be a part of the Central team.
Out here, life moves different. Not slower because we're behind. Slower because we choose to soak it in. From post to posting, from stream to streaming. With Empower Broadband, we can FaceTime family across the country and get our work done so we can give back to what matters most. From game to gaming, from boots to booting up, faster internet doesn't mean a faster life. It means more time to enjoy the slow one. Connect faster, live slower with Empower Broadband.
Back here live on the NEA Sports Network. Valley View very much in charge of this baseball game. They are now up 8-0. They had the huge 6-run bottom of the second inning. They had some assistance on some bad defensive play by Brookland, who had 3 errors in that inning. They've still hit the ball pretty well, though, today, Marcus.
They really have.
There's really not anything they've done poorly.
9 hits, I believe, if I'm reading the scoreboard right for Valley View.
Yeah, you're going to have to get the binoculars back out for that.
Yeah, 9 hits, 8 runs, 9 hits, and 1 error for Valley View. Story of the game for Brookland, no hits, 5 errors.
Yeah.
You're not going to win many games with 5 errors.
No, you're not. Or no hits.
Or no hits, yeah. You might get by with the 5 errors if you're hitting the ball.
Yeah.
That may be the first one right there.
And it will suck foul, and it's going to one hop out of play.
Yeah, you get enough hits, you could probably overcome the 5 errors, but no hits and the 5 errors, that's kind of that's a bad combo.
Both of these teams, Marcus, I mean, then that partially due to just the success of the programs, but I mean, they've got about a 40-man roster. I mean, it's huge, and you got JV games where there's kids still not playing because they got so many players, but a lot of talent on both sides of the field.
Well, not only that, but when you win as consistently as these programs have, everybody wants to be a part of it.
Yep, for sure. Yeah, I mean, your Valley View Blazer, your chances of getting one of those big old rings have been really, really good.
Pretty good chance.
Whether you play or not.
Oh,
shot up the middle, and that is the first one of the baseball game. And that comes off the bat of Caden Rodriguez.
Broke the seal. First hit of the day for the Bearcats.
Well, he was putting the ball in play, and that time he got a nice piece of it, so that breaks up the no-hitter, and maybe I am the guy that jinxed it.
I wasn't going to go there, but,
I mentioned it the last
I wasn't the one that brought it up first
I did
either.
it.
So.
I did it. I'll own it. That is a strike.
Does Coach Allison fall on that, or do you know?
I don't know. I don't know where he would fall on that.
I mean, he would probably blame you even if it wasn't your fault.
Probably so. That's a good possibility. He and I have had a difference of opinions on a few things, especially sports related over the years. So
that's what makes it fun.
Yeah, that's absolutely.
Courtesy runner.
Now, I'll say this. One thing he and I both have in common is we both love this game right here. It is as much as I love football.
Yeah.
And then I'll say the shift over the years has moved. You put me in a Major League Baseball park, and that is one of the happiest places in the world for me.
I've always enjoyed baseball, but I guess you could say, maybe as I've matured and gotten older, it's questionable if I've matured any, but I've gotten older. I enjoy baseball more. Baseball has moved ahead of football for me. It's number 2 now.
At the collegiate level?
Well, just not Major League.
Okay.
Because I'll watch high school. I'll watch minor league ball. And I was a Major League fan for a while, and it's just, I don't know. It's just, they've made it so hard for their fans to.
Well, I'll tell you this, and I've read it over and over social media the last few days, but trying to sign up for a subscription, and there's like the team you follow has one.
Yep.
And then there's one for everyone, and then apparently there's a combined one. And I've seen multiple people buy the wrong things and end up, surely to goodness they're going to refund. I'm one of those people. I haven't made the phone call yet. But it was opening day, and by golly, I was going to watch my team on opening day, so I thought, well, I'll make the phone call later. And what a pick by the first baseman, Levi Martin. That saved possibly a run right there.
I would agree. That's a great defensive play at first.
That was
a throw. He kind of rushed the throw a little bit.
Yeah, he had plenty of time, or more time than what he believed.
Right.
So an out is made, runner down to second.
I'm with you on your point, though, for MLB.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's absolutely ridiculous. And then the blackouts and all that, it's almost like they don't want you to watch.
Right.
And I hate to break it to them, but the majority of anybody lives at least 2 hours away from the city in which they support their team.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of blackouts.
Well, it's just
at all.
That one outside. I just feel like if I'm going to pay for a yearly subscription and a decent amount of money, that should not be a thing.
Oh, I agree.
Now, the beauty of the internet now, whether I don't think it's legal, but there are workarounds to that now.
Yeah.
And I feel like they kind of get what's coming to them on that. Matt Snyder, pitching coach, is going to come out and have his first visit on the mound. It is a slow walk out to the mound.
We do have action down in the pen.
Well, and you factor in pitch count and that sort of thing. I think the limit is 111 for an entire ball game. Now, that being said, they may not have plans for him to throw that many pitches today. I don't know. He only came in at 7 1/3 innings this season, Marcus, and had some numbers that I'm sure he wanted to improve on. Came into this baseball game with an ERA of 6.68. That is going to go way down after these 4 1/3 shutout inning. And Coach Snyder will put a little more oomph in his step on the way back to the dugout. That's a long walk for Coach Snyder. Everything here is bigger.
Yeah. I believe that is Keaton Rogers in the bullpen for Valley View.
Yeah, he's been good out of the pen for them. I'm very excited to possibly watch him pitch today. A lot of good kids out here, but you're not going to find one any better than him. He's 2 for 2 in save opportunities. A junior, I believe, on this team. Here comes the pitch, and a check swing, and he went.
Yep. I think even if he didn't go, I think that was going to be called a strike.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out.
Brookland, first runner in scoring position all day for the Bearcats. They'd like to get around and erase that other 0 from the scoreboard.
Here it comes. And that one is inside. Marcus, here's some good numbers for you from King. We know he's pitched well today, but 69 pitches, 43 of those have been for strikes, so that's pretty solid.
That's pretty solid. Yeah.
And you obviously don't want every pitch going for
right.
a strike. When you get ahead,
you try to make them chase.
Yeah. That one outside, and that is ball 4, so that'll draw a walk for the catcher, Aiden Rutherford, and now to the plate is going to be the number 9 hitter, and that one, number 20, Elijah Snarley. So when Snarley came in, he inhabited a spot in the lineup.
I like seeing the guys that pitch. I like seeing them come to bat.
Yeah.
Too.
He's already had an at-bat here today. So, first and second, just one out. Brookland trying to get their first runs on the board. See if King can work out of this. First pitch is outside, ball 1. Well, and you mentioned that, Marcus, at this 5-4 and 5A level, there are a lot of just pitcher only.
Yeah. Yeah, especially when you have the talent that these two teams have. Yeah. You have guys that can do that. You get down in the lower classifications, a lot of times your pitchers are just your best players.
Right.
So chances are they're going to be your biggest stick as well.
1-0 pitch on the way, and that one is going to be into left field. That's a base hit. They're going to wave the runner around from third. Here comes the throw. It's going to the plate, and he got him. Unbelievable. Down to second. They're going to double him off. What a defensive effort by the Valley View Blazers. The left fielder, the catcher. You are not going to see a more of a highlight play than that, and a rally killer for the Bearcats.
Will Finley, I believe, left field.
Finley and then Mathis at catcher. So that's going to end the top of the 5th. It's 8.
Someone about their favorite show, there's a good chance it's on CBS or Fox, 2 of the most popular networks in the country. When you ask someone where they go for local news and information, they usually say Northeast Arkansas News. When you ask someone how they grew their business, they'll probably tell you they advertise with KJNB. When you add it all up, top-rated networks, local focus, and dynamic advertising, you get more than just a TV station. You'll get a hometown friend. KJNB. This is who we are. This is home.
Back here live on the NEA Sports Network, Valley View leading at 8-zip, and what a way to end really the last 2 half innings on some stud defensive plays. Bottom of the 4th on a diving play by the center fielder. Help me out here. That was Cooper Bodie.
Yeah.
And then a very unconventional double play.
7-2-5. Or 4, 7-2-4.
Yeah, 7-2-4. Hit into left field. It looked like going to be a sure run for the Bearcats, and Will Finley came up just firing one to the plate. And then runner was trying to get from first to second, and Mathis gunned it down and caught him, and didn't last very long of a run down by any means.
You wouldn't think in an 8-0 game that defensive plays would be stealing the show, but they kind of have the last couple half innings.
Got a new pitcher here for the Bearcats. That's right-hander number 22. That is Cooper Stallings. Yeah. Took me a minute. I'm telling you, there's so many players on each one of these teams, it takes me a minute. Cooper Stallings. Stallings has an 0-2 record. He's got a save, 4.2 earned run average. He started 2 games of the 3. He's come in for relief once so he's 1 for 1 in save opportunities. But in 10 innings, He's allowed 12 hits, 6 runs, and 5 walks. That does not seem right. 6 earned runs across 10 innings would not equate to a 4.2 earned run average. Something's off there. If 10 innings and 5 runs would be a 4.5 ERA. So there's something off with that. I'm going to look elsewhere for a minute.
Looking at these endless rosters, I counted up 27 roster slots for Brookland. And I'm going to count Valley View again because I hit so many, I'm like, wait a minute, that can't be right. But I counted about 38 guys on the roster for Valley View. I'm going to double check that, but even if it's just 30, I mean, that's a lot.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I over-exaggerated a little bit on a 40-man roster.
Well, not much, man.
No, it's close. It's pretty dang close.
Because they pretty much run the gamut on numbers. There's no number 3, and that may be the only number they skipped. Yeah, so I guess it would be 39 on the roster because they got numbers 1 through 40.
40-man roster.
And number 3 is the only missing number I see.
I'll tell you a kid who I wish I was getting to see play today is Cohen Zaffarano. Valley View has had some crazy injuries, and it was in the same weekend. The weekend during basketball season that the Blazers went to West Memphis, and their center got punched.
I remember that.
Player got ejected and broke his nose. I think multiple facial fractures. Actually, there's a line drive base hit into right field by Ragsdale. And no, not Ragsdale. That's Cannon Driscoll. Excuse me. Ragsdale is coming up. But in that same weekend, Zaffarano, now this is a story I'm told, not 1,000% sure if it's right, but I don't know if there was some kind of bunting drills or something going on, but he took one to the face jaw area, and my understanding was he had to have his jaw wired shut.
Oh my goodness!
One of the best kids you're going to find around, and I say that about I've already said that about one of them, but there's I mean both of these teams have some really good kids out there. But he's a senior. I hate to see that, and I hope that he can get back out there sooner than later.
And it makes my mouth hurt just thinking about that.
Yeah. That's.
I can't imagine, as much as I like to talk, having my jaw wired shut. My family might enjoy it, but.
Well, I remember, and that's a wild pitch, is going to get the runner down to second. I remember back in the day, Craig Counsell, who is now the manager for the Cubs. He managed the Brewers previously, but he played a long time for the Brewers and I believe for the Diamondbacks.
I think that's right.
And he got hit on a wild pitch smack dab in the face, jaw area, and it broke his jaw, and it was just awful looking. Runner on the move, and now the shortstop was going to have to make a really odd play. I probably rule that an infield hit.
I think so.
But again, Valley View putting runners in motion and really messing with the Bearcats today.
Little excuse me swing, just trying to buy his runner a little more time to get to third, and made contact, little infield dribbler. Now you got runners at the corners, just one out. Ball one, low and away. Owen Roach at the plate, an opportunity to add to this lead.
Yeah. Well, and now they're knocking on the door of ending this game early. And let's just face it, Marcus, these two teams don't necessarily have any love lost for one another. They're crosstown rivalries. Obviously, you both believe they've got the best baseball team in town. And so I think this game probably means, and it may mean more to some of the parents than it does the players, but I think it means a lot to some of these players as well. There's a strike. Throw down. Now they're going to the plate, and they're going to score. A good throw probably gets them, and now they're going to send him home, and this may end the baseball game. That is going to end the baseball game.
Wow, what a way to end it.
And the coach is coming out to have a conversation with the umpire saying that, I don't know if they're saying something should have been dead. I don't know, but what do we got here?
Well, I think that's going to be the argument made from Brookland is that the ball, we couldn't see where it ended up, but I'm thinking the argument may be that the ball either got stuck in the mat behind the plate or somewhere where it would be ruled dead.
So, and if that's the case, you still get the base plus one, I believe. But was the runner
second? I believe.
So we're about to find out here.
Yeah.
And it looks like we're going to play some baseball. They're going to send the runner back out to third.
Yeah.
There is only one out, though, so
a deep fly ball would end it.
Yep. So they're trying to walk it off here. And Owen Roach has the chance to do that. Roach has had a very, very good season. A 385 hitter. 10 RBIs and 19 runs scored. 12 for 12 now on the base paths. May have more than that. I haven't kept up with all of them today. Now we had the one. So Brookland's going to put the infield in, and that ball fouled away.
And just a little bloop is gonna end this one with the infield in as much as they are. They're up to the edge of where the edge of the grass would be.
That one
if we were on foul. Natural turf. But
Owen Roach. One-two. Here's the pitch and a swing and a miss and strike three. But Mathis still with a chance to end this baseball game. He's going to have to get a hit though with 2 outs.
Well, and good job there by Stallings because he kept working him outside, come back. And he was I know what the batter was trying to do. He was trying to poke it down the right field line because he was extending his swing out a little bit and just couldn't get it.
Pitch on the way, and that's outside, ball one. So manager Josh Baker comes out and argues in favor to keep the game going, and whatever happened, the ball got lodged or something.
Yeah, we couldn't really see from our vantage point, but with him coming out as quickly as he did and seeing the catcher do one of these things of like he was lost with his hands, kind of put 2 and 2 together.
There's a strike on the inside corner, off-speed pitch. It's 2 balls and a strike now to Mathis.
And apparently Coach Baker had an argument because I guess you could say he won that one.
Fouled, and he was all over that pitch.
Yeah.
Would probably love to have it back. 2 homers, 16 RBIs for Mathis, hitting over 400.
That was a meat pitch right there.
2-2. And that one's pulled into left field. That's going to be a base hit, and that time that will walk it off, and the Blazers are going to win this one 10-zip. Marcus, final thoughts on this one?
Just domination today by Valley View. They jumped on them early, didn't allow them a chance to come back, and just took care of business like Valley View does.
All right, well, we will have our next broadcast tomorrow at Westside. It's going to be the softball version of things. It'll be Bearcats and the Westside Warriors, 2 teams that went at it hardcore last year. They're going to do the same thing again tomorrow. 2 good softball teams, Marcus, and looking forward to that.
Yeah, more of the you mentioned the no love lost between these 2 baseball programs.
Right.
You could say the same thing for those 2 softball programs.
Absolutely. I want to thank Arkansas State University for allowing us the opportunity to come out here with these 2 teams to call today's game, and to the Valley View and Brookland administrations for agreeing to have us on. For Jason Wagner, who's been directing things, and Marcus Carlton, I'm Ryan Fletcher saying so long, everybody. Running back in motion, Washington. That's the guy right there. It's going to be a touchdown of 27 yards.
To the 20-25.
NEA Sports, baby.
My favorite football week of the
He hit